Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Novice to Legendary, the web series where I document my journey as I want to say tabletop role player, but since it's mostly over the internet, would that make it like an internet top role player? I don't know. You decide. Or I'll decide and we can have another heated internet debate because that's what we do on the internet, right? We argue and bicker about things. Anyways, so last time I was talking about just putting a character together and going for it. Probably talk about getting a group, finding a group or whatever, finding a group later. But today I just wanted to go through one of the tools that I was mentioned for building a character in the previously, and that is D&D Beyond. This is something that's been put together for those who are playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. If you've been watching Critical Role, you've probably seen a lot of the antics and shenanigans that Sam Riegel's been doing as a promotion for these guys. And I would highly recommend not watching those promotions when you're trying to eat breakfast. You will probably laugh so hard you'll spit it out. It almost happened to me one time. Anyways, so I just wanted to walk you through how to create a character in D&D Beyond today. So the first step, of course, is getting a profile put together, which I won't walk you through because it's like just about any other profile creation ever. With like a few tweaks, you'll see what I mean when you go through it. I just want to go through the good stuff today. So, first thing is you go to this character tab here, go character builder, actually build your character, and there are three options here. I was playing around with these a little bit ago. Quick build, you pretty much just pick a race, pick a class, and give your character a name, and it'll give you this standard array of ability scores, and placing them in the spots that's recommended for a quick build in the player's handbook, along with other recommendations for quick builds like certain backgrounds and whatnot, and they can fill things in from there. Or you can completely randomize it where it's kind of the same thing, race, class, and maybe a couple other things, and that just completely randomizes everything else. But this one, and it even says here, ideal for beginners. Oh, that's just for the help text. We won't do that. It is a standard where you actually get to choose everything point by point. So we're going to go standard character. And from here, you can name your character if you've come up with something already. You can give your character a portrait. You'll see that's just kind of a random array of portraits here. There's actually a bunch of them. And when you pick your race, it'll actually give you that race's standard portraits at the top of the list. But I can show you that in a little bit. So you go through here and you're like, oh, well, we've got all these different things you can do. Homebrew content. So that's custom content. It's probably more, and maybe more for if you're playing with somebody who's doing some pretty heavy homebrewing for their campaign. They'll give you options for that. Critical Role content, I bet you that's self-explanatory. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to turn this on. This is the first time I've ever done this. I'm so excited. And then also they've got Eberron content. This is a new thing since they're releasing the Eberron setting book, or I think it might have already been released. I lost track of which one is released when. Then you get to you can pick your advancement type. It's either milestone or XP. I'm usually doing milestone, largely because the campaign that I'm in, once again, that's streamed live at twitch.tv/ElmerFudGames. MMD. Our DM Russell does milestone advancement for the campaign, so I just leave it that way. Encumbrance, I don't really fuss with that much. Usually it's hit point types that I'm messing with, and I usually just set it to manual because it's fun just manually upping things. And just once again, we'll go back. So let's say, oh, well, are you sure you want to do it this way? Are you sure you want to do it that way? So we'll go back to manual. After doing so, use manage HP in the class section to enter your world values. Show you what they mean by that here in a minute. So I'm just going to go back here and we're going to choose a race. We were going to make this character yeah, I'm already playing a tiefling. I don't know if I'm actually going to play this character. Maybe. We'll go we'll go human just so I can fit it in wherever and not fuss too much about it. So kind of going back there, so it kind of gives you tells you racial traits, extra languages and all that. Humans are the most adaptable and ambitious people among the common races. Whatever drives them, humans are the innovators, the achievers, and the pioneers of the world. Wow. How human-centric is that? Tisk, tisk. Well, what if tieflings are more ambitious and nobody just talks about it, huh? Anyways, so then you get to choose your extra language. So I'm going to go with Abyssal because I have something in mind. We'll see if I get to use this option here in a little bit. And you get to choose your class, and here we go. Critical Role, Blood Hunter. Let's see if there's any other options. Okay. I'm going to go Blood Hunter. So then it'll give you a fanatical slayer that embraces dark knowledge to destroy evil. Ooh. So then it shows you all your class features in this list here. So here's how it spells out how your hit dice go and everything, your proficiencies, and then all the nifty little features, which I'm not going to read. You'll obviously want to read them later, and so you actually get to understand how your class works. So then you see these little boxes here that's got the exclamation points. So they get to pick your proficiencies, your skill proficiencies, I mean. And so some of them, like for rogues, you get to pick like tool proficiencies and whatnot. It's pretty snazzy. So then I'm going to give him survival, and athletics. Then Crimson Right. I think this is the first time I've ever built a Blood Hunter, so I'm just going to pick something. We'll go, Right of the Frozen. Your right damage is cold type. Sweet! So anyways, like I was saying in your manage class sheet screen, so that's done right here. You get to do manage XP, so you see you have 1 maximum hit point. It's a default. You definitely don't want that. As first level, you're already plenty squishy. And so 1 hit point means a light breeze will probably kill you. So usually you just start with 10 as a starter. Because you have you just go with whatever the max is for your hit dice for your level 1. So then, you get to manage your levels and everything and all your class features in this screen. So if I go to level 3, which is what the current level of everybody in the campaign I'm in right now, I may get to choose some extra options. It looks like it. So let's go ahead and fill this out. So you get to pick a fighting style as a Blood Hunter. He's going to be dueling. 1 hand and no other weapons. There we go. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Blood Curse. I have no idea what any of these really are. As my, little confession here. But the nice thing is it gives you a little blurb about what each of these features actually do. And then Blood Hunter Order. Order the Ghost Slayer, Order the Lycan, Order the Mutant. He's going to be Order of the Lycan. So he fights with Moss. Oh. So now you see here, material here can be seen on Critical Role. These game mechanics aren't officially part of the game and aren't permitted in D&D Adventure League events. So you probably don't want to play a Blood Hunter if you're doing Adventure League. But they usually tell you that right off the bat. And then when you go to abilities, the next screen is ability scores. You can choose a method of generation. You can either do standard array, which will give you a standard array of ability scores, and you can fill it in. So let's say 13, 15, 14, 8, because he's an Edgelord. Making a kind of a stereotypical Blood Hunter, I guess. Then descriptions. So here you can fill out your character's name again. Now, just going off of the flavor of our campaign world, we're in this area called the Dawn Empire, which Russell has actually said is based very heavily on the Roman Empire. So let's come up with a suitably Roman name for this human blood hunter. Gaius Edgelordicus. Yeah, that'll work. And you get to, so like I said, here's all the human portraits. You can scroll all the way down here. And then it'll eventually get you to the non-human ones. But I'm fine with these. Ooh, he looks pretty edgelordy. Let's go with him. Oh, man. He's so edgy. His picture's not even in color. And then get to pick your background. I'm not going to do haunted one because that's just too overblown. We're going to make him a noble. He was like one of the ruling families of the empire, and for some reason he had to hunt blood things. He had to sell bits of his soul for knowledge to fight evil. So then, as a noble, you get an extra language, so you get to do all your background features. So maybe his family had some pretty heavy dealings with gnomes, so he knows how to speak gnomish. It'll be really funny having this edgy Roman blood hunter who is fluent in gnome. And then let's see here. So you get two. So see, it even gives you a little thing here. Choose 2 personality traits, and of course you can play these up however you'd like. When I may do my favor once lost is lost forever, and if you do me an injury, I will crush you, ruin your name, and salt your fields. Oh, so he's such an edgy, noble Roman blood hunter, Edgelordicus. And then pick any one of these here. We'll go family. I think mainly just because it says blood runs thicker than water, and he's a blood hunter, so tee-hee. Bonds. My house's alliance with another noble family must be sustained at all costs. You notice that I'm starting to come up with a voice for my character. And let's see here. Flaws. I hide a truly scandalous secret that could ruin my family forever. Maybe it's what got me into blood hunting in the first place. Then you get to choose your alignment. Normally, evil characters are really tricky to play in a party because usually you're the good guys, but there's plenty of really good videos on that, and I may do a little discussion of that later on, even though maybe I'll wait until I have some experience with it firsthand. So we're going to say he's chaotic neutral. Maybe that's just taking a little cue from the blood hunter we had in our group for a while. He actually just out and out said that he was chaotic neutral. So then here, physical characteristics, get to fill all this in. I am not going to. And interestingly enough, gender, you can fill it in however you'd like. I think it even says in the handbook that, you can be any gender, male, female, and all points in between, and neither. Then going through here, you get your notes section where you can fill in bits about organizations, allies, backstory, and all that. Which, again, you don't have to have filled in before your first session. You can fill it in later after you've maybe gotten a little taste of how the the world is and gotten some more background from your DM. And then, oh, somehow I skipped the equipment list. Here we go. So, equipment. You can either choose to buy everything with gold or just do the base equipment that you get from class and background. So, Blood Hunter starting equipment. 2 simple weapons would not make sense for this character because he is a duelist. So I'm going to do a martial weapon. And I am going to give him... probably not something that's a two-handed. I'm going to give him a rapier just because that's just very... I am a duelist. And then I get a choice between a light crossbow and 20 bolts or a hand crossbow. Hand crossbow is easily concealed, so we're going to go with that. Scale mail, so he can actually afford it because he is a noble. And then you get your starting equipment from your background. So you see he gets a set of fine clothes, a signet ring, a scroll of pedigree, and a purse containing 25 gold. So there we are. Active equipment, equipment is added, and then you can click your inventory and scroll down and say, I'm going to wield my rapier and my hand crossbow. I will have both on hand. Does not necessarily mean I'm going to be using both at once. Then you go to your view character sheet, and voila! Now for like the stock characters, you usually get a fancy background, but it says critical role content, so it doesn't necessarily have that. So here he is, a level 3 Blood Hunter. And then, pretty sure we kind of went through how to manage your HP. So you'll notice I have okay, so right now I just have that base 10 that I had to start off with, plus my modifier for each level, so that's why I have 19 hit points. But you also get to, roll your hit dice every time you level. At least if you're not doing like the fixed deal. The thing is, you go to manage hit points to do all this. Let's say you rolled a 6 as you reach level 2. Well, hold on now. Why is it 15? Why did it go from 19 to 15? Well, that's because you just told it that you rolled a 6. This rolled HP box here is actually for the total of all your rolls. So there's your total for first level, and say you rolled a 6, so you would add 6 here. And then you'll see that it adds, so you got 16 as a base, and then it adds the 9 from the 3 levels of Constitution modifiers, just automatically. And then let's say you rolled, let's say that the next time I rolled a 7. So that's, wow, why am I doing math here? So then rolled 23. So now I have 32 hit points to play with. So that's what you want to do, is just when you roll, add the result of that roll to what's already in that rolled HP box, and you'll be good to go. So that is character creation in a nutshell. So when you've created your character, you'll see that it comes up in your My Characters screen, and I have a handful, even though I've only got one that I'm actively using right now. Just give you a quick peek at the list here. Maybe. There we go. So unless you have one of the subscriptions, you only get 6 character slots. So with this one that I've made for the tutorial, I've used 4 out of 6. So this is my boy Shearzim here, who's my current character in Russell's campaign. And then I have these other 2 who are just backup characters, because we've been finding it's a really good idea to have them, because all of us have nearly died at least once, and 2 of us have died, but only one of us has actually been able to come back. So, that, dear viewers, is character creation on D&D in a nutshell. A 20-minute long nutshell, apparently. So, Hope this has been helpful, and if as I find more things helpful little tips and tricks, I will share them with you. So until then, goodbye and happy gaming.